And we're back with more Pegasus. He's got all the updates, all the updates. Wait, no, this ain't Reddit. Might as well be. Talking about a bunch of people who are on Reddit. Bunch of Reddit-brained retards. What's going on in the what? Blah. I can't talk. What's going on in the Hamas Diddy Piker Twitch inner circle? What's been going on? Apparently they got fucking destroyed. Let's see how bad it is.
Welcome back to a series so good, your missing dad came back to watch.
Damn. Nope, we need to get that out of here. I do not like my dad. He is a piece of garbage. I do not want him to come back. I'll take the milk, though.
In today's video, Hasan is once again crying about Asmongold out of nowhere.
Of course he is.
Anissa Jomha, aka iDubbbz' husband, is back beefing with Ethan.
I always love to call Anissa iDubbbz' husband. iDubbbz is Anissa's wife.
Ethan might actually end up suing some Reddit mods who were engaging in harassment.
I don't like Ethan much, but man, I also love him at the same time. I used to be a huge H3 podcast fan, but now I'm just kind of like, I like Ethan Klein. He's pretty cool. He does a lot of good things for the internet. Got a lot of bad takes, though. But I can look past that because he's not a moron who crashes out on the internet.
Actual lawyers have also chimed in to talk about the lawsuit. Kaceytron has a new defense of pretending she was too high to remember reacting to Ethan's video.
Hey,
Great
I covered
strategy.
this one yesterday.
Streamers are responding to Denims and Frogan. Subscribe or you have to go to an exclusive Diddy party with Hasan. And let's
Good thing I'm already subscribed.
begin with Hasan finding out.
I will leave more Pegasus down there in the description if you want to go subscribe to him. So you don't have to be forced to go to a Hamas Diddy Piker party.
Absolutely any way to cry about Asmongold. Here he says that he wants to bash his head into a wall after reading a chatter. This chatter was talking about if Iran was building nukes.
That would actually be some pretty fire content. Not gonna lie, Hasan, you should have done it. Whole internet would be eating that up if you were literally bashing your head against a wall.
I asked my hog brother. He said leaked intel showed Iran was 2 weeks from a nuke. U.S. and Israel already knew. He was against action 3 days ago. Now it makes sense. His wife has military ties. Here's inside chatter. Says China gave Iran weapons hoping they'd use them on us. Yet also doesn't want them to have nukes. Thoughts? No thoughts. I actually...
Yeah, no thoughts. That's right. Absolutely no thoughts. He's got nothing going on between his ears.
Am going to, once I end the broadcast later tonight, bludgeon my head against the wall.
Yes, we'd all love to see that. You should stream it.
So I can be just as fucking moronic as your dumb hog relative.
Hey, maybe it'll fix you. Maybe it'll make you normal. Maybe you should try it.
So that I can live a life of happiness and constantly have no thoughts up here and only just go by whatever the Trump is saying. Oh my God, it would be fantastic for my media career. Perhaps I could be just like fucking Asmongold, okay? I'll just become a hog. I'll just go, yeah, base, this guy, yeah.
Okay, so we're not calling right-wing people chuds anymore. We're calling them hogs? Fuck. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to start using that word. I'm a hog, everybody. Oh, before I actually call myself that, what does hog mean? Drop down there in the comments.
Yeah, chat. War with Iran, based.
Okay, you really need to work on that Asmongold impression. But yeah, why is Hasan talking like he wasn't already dropped on his head as a baby? You don't need to bash your head in. It's already been done, all right? We can see it. There is no other explanation for this level of stupidity.
And then when they fixed it, they accidentally made his head too small.
Also, I just love how Hasan is just so confident about anything to do with Iran after completely getting everything wrong as we showed last video.
He always gets everything wrong. That's kind of his shtick.
Iranian women can't post TikTok dances. They absolutely can.
They absolutely can't.
Public dancing by women is illegal. You literally deny facts right in front of your face, dude. You laugh at oppression face.
Well, it's not really that he's denying the facts. It's that he's straight up lying to manipulate his audience.
By women and gay people in Iran, Mr. Hezbollah is my favorite flag. How do you personally know if Iran had nukes? Like, you're talking with so much confidence when in reality, you're literally just guessing. You're not a politician.
He's not even guessing. He's just lying. He doesn't have to guess. He knows what the answer is. Even if he doesn't know what the answer is, he knows what his answer is. If it's anti-America, it's the right answer.
You have no inside intel at all, and the extent of your research is reading like Taylor Lorenz articles. I think I can posit now that not a single soul in humanity has sucked on more terrorist schlong than Diddy Piker here. The ultimate terrorist.
Oh, Hamas Diddy Piker himself. Hamas Adolf Diddy Piker.
Glizzy Gladiator. One schlong equals one Twitch subscriber. That's just Hasanetics. The mathematics so accurate it applies to Hasan. So anyways, Asmund responded.
Hasan-conomics.
Moronic as your dumb hog relative so that I can live a life of happiness. Perhaps I could be just like Asmongold, okay? I'll just become a hog.
The commenter never even brought me up. Never even said anything about me.
Yeah, Asmongold actually lives in his head rent-free. He probably thinks about him off stream all the time. Once I leave the internet, I'm not thinking about the internet no more. Like, none of these people, sometimes I'll bring it up in conversation, just like, these people are fucking stupid. But I'm never crashing out about it. Like, he just can't help himself.
It had nothing to do with me at all.
I don't watch these people, but judging by posts here, it seems that Hasan has been cheating on Destiny with Asmongold lately. Hasan just mad all his orbiters are starting to ask for cash to help with lawsuits. He just wanted to release some stress here.
Yeah, Hasan can't be too happy right now considering he has to pay for all of his friends' lawsuits.
I don't even think that he's doing it. I don't think he's even doing that. And he shouldn't. But, you know, they're his friends. And he's pretty much the reason why all of this is happening.
Bro is somehow more stressed than normal, and constantly getting rage baited by his chat obviously doesn't help. Now, Asmund also responded to the other clip where Hasan randomly brings him up. This one was about Hasan trying to fit in with the younger kids.
Hasan wants to be a cool hip
How do you do, fellow kids?
phase boy so bad it's good content, not gonna lie, because your favorite content creator is a pathetic little fucking cretin who never leaves his house. So when you see a political content creator who,
If you don't like Hasan, you are automatically an Asmongold fan. That's how these people operate. If you don't like me, then you're obviously against me. You're on the enemy's side. How about I'm on nobody's side? Fuck everybody. Everybody's a moron. Well, Hasan's a bigger moron than Asmongold.
How does he know this is... How does he know it's me?
loser, school shooter, favorite political content creator, not interact
What?
with these people.
What? That's crazy. I'm a school shooter now.
I love this chatter. One, accidentally writing this in my chat instead of Asmongold's chat. It was not accidental. He tagged you. It does boggle the mind that there are people who do ask that question sincerely to someone like Asmongold, as though he knows anything. Period. Not even just like anything about the history of Iran, history of Israel, but just anything in general.
Asmund living rent-free as always.
Yeah, what the hell was he talking about? It was just like on some kind of weird ramble that didn't really mean anything. And it was about Asmongold. He just can't get him off his mind.
Bro is just piss mad every single time. He finds like 600 different ways to slander him every video. Hasan probably goes to bed at night just double checking Asmund's stream, making sure he can start his nightly goon sesh with Asmund's bald head. Anyways, let's move on to Ethan beefing with Anissa Jomha on Twitter. So basically,
Woo! Shit! Everything's popping off, man. Everybody's getting involved. Now we're pulling in iDubbbz and iDubbbz's husband.
it all starts here. If you didn't know, there was a tragic story of a person apparently passing due to her extended harassment from Reddit.
And it breaks my heart
Yeah, I saw this earlier. This whole situation fucking sucks.
that someone who is selfless and devoted her life to animals could have so much negativity pointed at her.
I don't know how deep this harassment went. Apparently a lot of the evidence was deleted, but snark Reddits in general are known to be vicious.
And they are actually against Reddit's policy. So they have a policy against harassment campaigns. And that's what these snark Reddits are. But it just so happens that all these snark Reddits are about people that the people who operate Reddit don't like. So they don't care.
Ava Fox founder Michaela passes away after long-term harassment from online communities. Many are pointing fingers at the Snark subreddit, which has gone private. This is a huge loss to the Fox community. So Ethan talks about his own...
Even, like, I've seen videos of that chick. That really sucks. 'Cause I knew who she was. And she just, like, made regular content. I don't get it.
H3 Snark Reddit and how Reddit needs to be held accountable. Probably unsurprising, but the Redditors who harassed this poor woman day in and day out nuked their entire thread hours after this news came out.
Maybe Ethan needs to take Reddit to court. Maybe he will. That'd be fucking awesome. If all the people who have snark Reddit threads about them would just come together and sue Reddit for violating their own policy by allowing these things to stay up, these harassment campaigns to stay up. Fucking insane.
Ethan responds, exactly what our snarkers do, maximum cruelty with zero accountability. Reddit knows, they allow it, they defend it, and it seems they even participate in it. Reddit must be investigated and held accountable.
So fucking true.
So this was from the H3 subreddit, the heartbreaking reality Ethan has been warning us about. Ethan responds, I've said since the beginning, it feels like they want me to neck myself. This is their goal, unironically.
This is what they want everybody to do. Everybody who's against them, they actually want to say all of the worst things that you would not want to hear to make you feel so bad about yourself that you end it all.
Now, Anissa comes out of nowhere, tweets,
And then they'll laugh about it. They'll talk about you in their threads and in their Discord about how much better the world is without you. Fucking disgusting.
about it. This is coming from the guy who literally said his goal is to harass me and Ian to the point of leaving the internet. Yes, apparently leaving the internet is the same as literally necking yourself. Obviously, from somebody as clout hungry as her, these two would be equivalent. She continues, I want to remind everyone I didn't freaking make the content cup either, but he's talked about me sexually nonstop in some sad attempt to feel some type of control. I didn't even say anything until quite a while after his creepy meltdowns.
What the hell is she talking about?
Well, in my opinion, this is a straight up lie. She was definitely yapping way before he had his creepy meltdowns, so to speak. Also, she has admitted being a part of Ian's content cops in the past, so I don't know what she's trying to do here. She also constantly supports Ian and basically all of his supporters and Hasan and the whole group, so I don't know why she's trying to pretend she isn't part of this whole beef. In general, I think calling out people who deserve to be called out is obviously okay and should actually be done, and it's actually a good thing, especially people who have done bad things and haven't received any consequences, or supported bad things happening like the CPS call to Ethan's kids. They need to be criticized and held accountable. Now, obviously, things like doxing is not okay, or real-life harassment, or anything that exits the online world. That obviously goes into something that is way more serious. But yes, people like Hasan who literally commit crimes should be held accountable, and laws need to be followed if you're promoting terrorist propaganda and shit like that.
And actually role-playing as a terrorist. Going out to these riots, pretending they're protests, and actually seeing that they're fucking riots. I watched the videos, man. I watched them all. He was pretending that he wasn't, but he 100% was role-playing a revolutionary. That's what these people do. They're role-playing revolutionaries because they want a revolution to happen because a pretend country is oppressing them. Because the country they think is oppressing them doesn't actually exist. But they want to destroy it anyway. They want to destroy the real country because the pretend country is oppressing them. When really, they're just oppressing themselves.
You are actively harming a lot of people.
They're trying to intentionally harass them in real life. And so that's really what the problem is. The problem is like, yeah, just how the fuck is cyberbullying real? Just close your eyes. You know, you're right. But the issue is that closing your eyes isn't going to stop you from hearing the knock on the door from CPS.
So Ethan responded. Ethan responds to Anissa claiming she's misrepresenting what he said. Also asks her to open the books for Creator Clash 2. So Ethan replies, I did not literally say that. I said you guys should leave the internet after being totally disgraced financially and reputationally as a result of your own actions. Anissa, you participated in the CPS lie and Ian justified it. You guys participate in snark. You have shouted them out and used posts from there. You are an evil snark-brained loser. I'm defending myself against scumbags like you. Cry bully.
Fucking based, man. Finally, somebody with actual power is doing something. Somebody with a voice is actually doing something about these fucking insane people. And they're all crashing out and lying. And their entire fake world is crumbling all around them. And I love it.
I mean, Ethan is completely right here. To compare Ethan criticizing Ian and Anissa to Snark Reddit's trying to, call CPS on Ethan's kids is just completely ridiculous. Also, yes, he was only telling you guys to leave the internet because you deserved it, and you essentially, in my opinion, basically scammed a charity. You did not make it perfectly clear that you were taking 30.
It wasn't an opinion that they scammed a charity. They 100% scammed a charity. And they scammed viewers by saying that all of this money was supposed to go to charity. And then how much of it went to the charity? None? None of it went to charity? How come they didn't get canceled like the completionist got canceled?
4% or anything like that, so you basically ended up fooling a lot of your fans, particularly those who thought money was going to charity as well. Ethan continues, Anissa, open your books on Creator Clash 2. Did you pay for Denims, Frogan, and Hasan's flight and hotel from charity money? Did they fly coach or business? How much did you spend on the before and after parties? Honestly, they will absolutely never do this because it will completely expose them and they will not be able to show their face online. Not like they can do much right now, but they still have a bit of a fan base who sort of respects them. And if they ever leak their...
That blows my mind that these people have fan bases. Dude, yesterday I posted a video about Hasan Piker. Massive dislike bomb. I think I got 2 likes on it. And like 50 dislikes and so many comments of people supporting Hasan and hating on me. And I'm like, bro, I can't believe I got all these terrorist supporters in my comments right now. Absolutely insane. It's probably going to happen with this video.
Books and people realized that they were snubbing charity. I think even the people...
YouTube hasn't figured out that when I'm talking about Hasan, that they shouldn't send my video to people who watch Hasan's content unironically. Pisses me off, man. Send my videos to people who watch commentary videos. The fuck are you doing, YouTube?
People on their side are gonna turn against them. Proves you shouldn't mess with a man's children. Really disturbing that whenever someone talks about the subject of self-harm, Anissa finds a way to insert herself into the conversation and talk about how she's a victim. She's done this before. I don't know if it's her...
These people, they always play victim. Even though they're the ones who instigate all of the actual bad shit to happen. And then when some fake online stuff happens to them, or they lose a little bit of money, they blame everybody else and play the victim. Absolutely love that their world is crumbling.
For obvious sadism or what, Ethan's post was not related to her at all. Anissa has consistently tried to always play victim regarding every single situation ever.
I can't wait until the iDubbbz Anissa breakup. And it's gonna 100% be iDubbbz's fault, and I guarantee that the internet's gonna rally behind iDubbbz. They're gonna be like, man, this guy was hurt by this chick, destroyed his life, and he tried to do everything to keep her happy, and nothing was happening. Nothing was working. I could see him making a comeback that way. That's probably the only way that iDubbbz can make a comeback.
Is not surprising in the least. Then after this, Ethan calls out Anissa for downplaying her role in the H3 content cop. Here we have a post from the H3 subreddit. Don't let Anissa gaslight you into thinking she didn't make the content cop. It's pretty obvious this was 100% her idea, but for more evidence, Dad, the YouTuber, not my actual dad, is on the lolcop pod explaining his side in Creator Clash. He mentioned once the content cop dropped, he texted Anissa if they had to drop it before the event, and she replied that they had to. Why is she answering for her husband? Well, I mean, that's a pretty obvious. We got the Reek situation going on, obviously.
Yeah, he has no say, because if he did have say, he'd say the wrong thing, in her opinion. And then there'd be a huge fight. May even be a fake breakup, like she pretends that she's gonna leave him, and he's like, no, please, baby, don't. And that's how she keeps control. What a monster. It just gives off that vibe, you know?
If you watched my previous episodes on iDubbbz and Anissa, you would know that they have an interesting relation to say the least.
The only thing that would make him like, 0.5 hotter is if like his breath didn't stink all the time.
Stinky iDubbbz. So Ethan responds to the tweet where Anissa saying she had nothing to do with the content cop. Funny, it seemed like he really wanted credit for masterminding his videos. She said this in a podcast before, but now conveniently you don't want to be involved.
If I was with a woman and she was talking shit about me on the internet, telling people that my breath stinks and stuff like that, calling me a pussy, saying that I look like trailer trash, I'd probably pull an old Sean Connery, if you get the reference.
This is exactly what her entire strategy, where like, oh, I'm throwing this event, creator class, blah blah blah. It's gonna do so well. Oh, I'm raising money for charity. You can't criticize me at all. When it starts failing, well, I'm transferring ownership, guys. I'm transferring ownership. No longer mine. Go blame the other owners now. After you completely tank the same thing. So the same thing is happening here, where you wanted credit for his content cop videos when they're doing well.
The fuck is his hair in this video? Absolutely disgusting. Like, this dude, his style is uncool. And it's like, he thinks that the uncool style, he's doing the uncool style on purpose, and he thinks that it's cool to be uncool. He thinks it's cool to be lame and nerdy, and it's not, especially when he does it.
And now when everybody hates it and everybody's turning on you, suddenly you're like, well, I had nothing to do with this content cop. This was all iDubbbz, as if this guy could do any action. He can't even drink water by himself. Anissa probably has to feed him through a test tube. It's just insane how cucked he is, bro. It's crazy. Anyways, but now conveniently you don't want to be involved. At least you won't need to throw Ian under the bus this time, because he's still laying in the road from the last time.
Hey! I drove by him a few times. I offered a hand, see if he needed help, and he was just like, no, I need my wife!
No way! Was it your idea to say the N-word to Dana? Oh my god. Basically, if you didn't know, he's again referencing the podcast clip where Anissa was taking credit for all the content cop, and she's the one who told him to go up to Tana. It takes a special...
Was she with him all the way back then? I remember when that happened. I actually thought that was hilarious. When he went up to Tana and he was like, say,
type of psychopath to play victim after what you did. You know, when they eventually do break up, which was definitely coming, by the way, I can't wait to hear the stories being told by both sides. How iDubbbz is just being like humiliated and abused essentially, and Anissa will play victim saying iDubbbz did something. I'm calling it. Like, you all know I'm a future predictor. All right, we'll see. We'll see. Send me the clip whenever this happens. Clip me, send me later. All right. No one hates iDubbbz more than his wife. Now, this next part, Ethan responds to being called a misogynist. If you missed last video, Denims basically implied that Ethan was only suing her because she's a woman, which makes zero sense. Even the journalist...
Yeah, I mean, he's suing Kaceytron, and he's a guy.
Taylor Lorenz was playing victim like, oh, I'm a woman. Ethan has been going off on Instagram. In the story dump, he denies being a misogynist due to his lawsuits against 3 women.
Hang on, my people are telling me that Kaceytron is actually a woman? Holy shit. My mind is blown.
Calls out Taylor Lorenz specifically. To the chorus of fools accusing me of only suing women, please point out any of the male creators that stated their intention to steal my content. I will happily add them to the lawsuit in the spirit of equality. Shocker, this is exactly what I said last video, that if there were male creators who did the exact same thing, they would be getting sued as well. Turns out, Ethan doesn't actually care if you're a man or woman. He basically only sued the people who violated fair use most egregiously and basically admitted they were doing it maliciously.
Yeah, they're gonna try and muster up anything they can have a defense for their audience to eat up. Because their audiences just eat it up. They just believe everything that they say. Ethan's a bad person. He's a Jew!
Misogyny is when you're mean to Taylor Lorenz. We got a subreddit post. I literally don't want to hear one word about Ethan Klein being a misogynist from Hasan and Noah Samson defenders. Hasan calling for a wellness check on his ex-girlfriend because she wasn't answering his text, and Noah Samson likely violating the trust of someone who thought they were being safe by sleeping with him when in fact they were not, are both infinitely worse than anything Ethan has ever done or said. Yeah, so apparently the Hasan and Orbiter's lore gets really deep. The fact that they so quickly swept up the Noah Samson thing under the rug and pretended that isn't a big deal is absolutely wild to me. You can't look me in the eye and tell me it's not a big deal, then shit and piss about Ethan suing 3 creators that are women. I get that everyone makes mistakes and the Hasan thing was a while ago, but let's be honest, if it was Ethan that did these 2 things, these people would never let him forget it.
True, and actually no real normal people know about any of this. Especially the Hasan fans. They definitely don't know about any of this. Or they don't care. They probably don't care if they do know about it. Because they're all garbage people. Anybody who supports Hasan, unironically, is garbage.
Also, let's not forget the blatant grapes denying by Hasan and friends, right? That is, if you really care about women, that is not something you should be doing, obviously. He's a mega rich multi-millionaire YouTuber with endless money, and I'm a freelance journalist with thousands of dollars of medical debt and 0 assets. Oh my god, add another person to the broke list, bro.
Yeah, remember when everybody was talking about her? She was everywhere and the Democrats loved her. Where's she at now? Look at her now.
Brokey list. We got Frogan, we got Kaceytron, we got Taylor. It's not fun to be on the Hasan side.
Everybody who Hasan talks to, everybody who Hasan is friends with, who he is connected to, they fail at some point. I think Ludwig is next. Some weird stuff keeps happening with Ludwig.
Honestly, it seems like in Hasan's orbit, he's the only rich one. Like everybody who sucks up to him is just broke.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Probably because that's what orbiters do. They leech off of your money and your fame and your power. And they get a little bit of a taste of that for themselves. And he loves it. He likes it that way. He's got some lackeys. They can take some heat off of him if he needs the heat to get off of him a little bit.
There's no world in which I have the resources to go against someone like him, which is knows. Which is knows. Nice one. Journalist, by the way. That's why he's threatening me. Ethan sits in his multi-million-dollar mansion all day long harassing and abusing women online. He's deeply selfish and vile individual, and I regret ever giving him the benefit of the doubt. He doxes
and attacks and smears women and sicks his deranged fandom on us. Isn't Taylor Lorenz known for doxing people? What the fuck? What kind of backwards world are we living in?
Attacks and smears women and sicks his deranged fandom on us. What an absolutely unhinged characterization of Ethan, by the way. Sits in his mansion harassing and abusing women online. Dude, what do you—
Sounds just like a crybaby. The double standards, so fucking obvious.
What are you talking about? They're really talking about Ethan Klein here. Oh my god. Deeply selfish and vile individual. Bro, you're describing your literal crush, Hasan. Play the clip. Play the clip where she's gushing over him.
He's unreasonably good looking, and like,
who thinks this dude is actually fucking good looking? He looks like somebody took a tiny head, put it on the wrong body, and then glued a whole bunch of pubes all over it.
Oh,
cool, and dresses cool.
tell me about.
Ah yes, unbiased journalist Taylor Lorenz. I wonder why she hates Ethan, guys. I wonder why she always supports Hasan. Who would have known? Who would have thought? So once again, Ethan responds, why are y'all so obsessed with my house? Your idol Hasan owns a multi-million-dollar house in the same city. What the F are we doing here?
Lying and manipulating, that's what we're doing here. It's the only thing they know how to do.
Ethan forgot the central belief they follow. Rules for thee, but not for me.
Yep, 100%.
Ethan responds again, Taylor Lorenz giving me the benefit of the doubt. He needs to log off. Every influencer is a snark page and wants it taken down. He needs to go through the legal channels, not publicly bait them. Normally I'd have sympathy, but—
Well, if he publicly baits them, then the public sees them, and it makes it way more likely that something will actually be done about this whole stupid situation with these snark Reddit threads.
he spent the past year terrorizing and stalking anyone obsessed with Hasan while spouting vile Zionist propaganda. He needs to log off for a long time, get his head straight.
Vile Zionist propaganda, which is vile leftist propaganda. Just saying those words in that order, and that's kind of a sentence.
Also, clean up his house so his kid isn't crawling around in dog feces.
That's an actual fucking lie. Absolute fucking lie.
Ah, the journalist Taylor Lorenz, amazing.
In quotes, journalist.
You know, for a while, I actually thought that, okay, I understand why everybody is, you know, grifting this hard, okay? Maybe they're all rich, you know? Maybe they're making a good bag out of being complete idiots. But she just admitted she's absolutely dirt broke. So you're acting this unhinged while being dirt broke. That's crazy. You're not—
Because they're retarded and they're manipulating and they're liars and they actually don't know how to make money. That's just what they're trying to do, is trying to all stick together, you know? The reason she's not making money is because of these right-wing extremists, obviously.
Not even doing this for money. Crying misogyny doesn't work anymore. Of course, if it's not like a—
Yeah, too many people cried misogyny, cried racist, cried transphobe when it wasn't the case, and now nobody cares. Now if you scream those things, you are going to be memed upon. You are going to be ratioed.
Actual valid criticism, of course people are going to ignore it, and you're basically watering down the meaning of the word. Just like you're watering down victims of actual SA when you say that Ethan is SAing you over the internet for calling you out.
True. That's what they love to do, man. They're so stupid. They actually don't care if people get hurt. They're just pretending. They don't care about anybody but themselves. If these actual real crimes are going on, which they are going on, they don't care. They will if their side has decided to use that as a manipulation in the media, then they'll care, but only then.
Lorenz is so flippin' insufferable, it's not even funny anymore. Yeah, but Ethan is a Jew. Average Hasan viewer. This is the most accurate statement.
Dude, I got so many of those comments yesterday. Basically just calling Ethan a Zionist and then making fun of me, being like, oh, I guess rent was due. No, I actually didn't make money off that video. I'm just doing all this shit for fun.
Alrighty, now apparently we also had a bunch of lawyers talking about the H3 snark mods. In the last video we covered that Ethan would be subpoenaing them, and apparently they've been panicking and contacting lawyers for legal advice. LawTuber LUS shows email from alleged H3 snark mod asking for legal advice. LUS thinks there's a solid chance the discovery could open up a bevy of issues for the defendants and mods.
Wait, is H3 actually suing the snark Reddit? That'd be so fucking awesome. Maybe these snark threads will get really scared and just shut down. Or maybe they'll double down and get even more scared. And then they'll get shut down.
The first time Reddit mods can't actually get away with it.
These free content creators, as smaller content creators, may have negotiated, interacted with the H3 snark mod, right? Based on how much the H3 snark Reddit subreddit loves them, they may have interacted with them in a way that they were interacting with a person's real name. And in discovery, Ethan Klein is entitled to all of that. Who knows what the percentage is, but I'm fairly certain that at least one of these moderators, who was a huge fan, let's say, of Denims, probably interacted with Denims using his real email, using his real name. When they interacted with me, only one interaction, they did use their first name. And I'm a complete stranger to them. I've never interacted with the subreddit. I've never talked to them. I've never responded to email. When discovery hits, you have to turn it over anyway. So if there ever is a text message with a phone number or an email, or like I said, this case will break these free individuals if financially. This case has a high potential to financially break and ruin these free individuals for their entire lives.
And that's what they were trying to do to people themselves. They were trying to break people, ruin them financially, get them kicked off the internet. And, you know, I'm here for it. They deserve whatever comes to them in court. Whatever they get in court, they deserve it.
And the H3 mod.
High potential to financially break these individuals. Those words are absolute music to my ears. To see the most vile and rotten people on the internet finally, after all these years, get what they deserve. Oh.
And I don't think it's going to be the last of it either. I think they're probably going to keep going. They're going to get worse. They're going to get sued more times. And then they'll be pushed off the internet, hopefully. Maybe, actually, the best case scenario would be they all just flip and they apologize and then become actual normal people. I don't see that happening, but that'd be awesome. I'll take them. If they want to be normal people, I will take them. Because they seem like they could be fun, cool, normal people if they weren't Hasan orbiters supporting terrorism.
Oh my god. Never doubt the sweet god of karma. Also, I just find it hilarious that the Redditors are finally getting some repercussions. Because Reddit is the place where these absolute most vile people go and think they can just post.
More and more people are talking about Reddit. Tectone Asmongold, H3H3, Penguin Zoe, Penguin Zero, Charlie. All the names that he has. Everybody's talking about subreddit more and more and how it's just full of garbage. Full of garbage people who are technically breaking laws, breaking policies, but they're being protected because they're on the right side of history. Only the people on the wrong side of history who do the same things, those are the ones who get banned. And everybody knows that it's bullshit. And I think people are going to start going after all these Reddit threads. And I think Reddit's going to have to really do some damage control here pretty soon. Because they keep making these weird decisions. Remember the Reddit blackout, and how nobody did it. Nobody did the Reddit blackout. I think there's going to be a blackout when everybody leaves the platform because it's garbage and it's just full of gross, violent, vile people who just want to see everybody's end.
Anything, slander anybody, and just get away with it. Okay, moving on to Kaceytron's new strategy of avoiding this lawsuit.
And this is where I'm gonna let off on this video, because I already covered this situation. If you would like to check out the video where I cover Kaceytron, check out the video from yesterday. It's somewhere in there. It's somewhere in that feed on my channel. Check it out.